Told him I ain't selling it for nothing less than lavish.
Nah, come on, man.
Draco made a hit with this one.
Yeah, and Jazzy had no chill with this hun floating. I'm hoping this no breaks in this run potent. I'm chosen, this is not a diss song. What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, y'all, it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. I worked like 12 hours today on the clock for someone that wasn't even connected to my bloodline. We're not going to talk about that, but beyond that, I'm tired today. Today would be a day where I just want to relax and sleep in, and I intend to do that to a certain extent tomorrow. I want to get at least 8 hours. I'll be good 8 hours. Beyond that, I wanted to still come in and put my little tap on your morning or on your evening whenever you're watching this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for, even if it's just a portion of this video that called you, like, it's no reason for you to stay too long, but if you vibe with it, then I really, that's the energy that I really want to thank, because I know how that feels, and I definitely could appreciate the energy of someone just going and expressing a insightful vibration, just so you know, if nothing else, like, oh, I've seen a woman that may look like me, or at least just express like me, because my energy is something that go beyond just like my locks and my skin tone, but like someone that expresses like me, and just comparing life, sometimes it's good to know that you're not alone, period. So today I wanted to talk about error and just my outtake on how I perceive that energy signature and what it means to me. Error, and I think I'll stem off into failure, because one may think that there's a such thing as failure, or there's a such thing as wrong. I mean, there's definitely elements and aspects that we can go further into, but from a bigger point of view, I just want to highlight that everything is divine. Everything happens as it should. And yes, there's concepts of free will and also reactions to whatever you choose to do from free will, but there's also an energy of, there's real spiritual energies and angels that can foretell these things happening, even when you're thinking that you're shifting things the day before. These things are guided. None of that is by accident. I guess that's something I should reiterate or try to express in a different way, because some people really think that whatever happened to their life is just something that no one can predict. And I think that there's always an element of your life being your expression. And yeah, no one can depict that, but I can guarantee that a lot of people played out your signature and just what you're experiencing with this world, whether they have similarities in your natal chart, and there's always going to be the element of you having different portions within your natal chart, of course, but other people playing out those same signatures. So for example, my North Node is in Scorpio. There's going to be a lot of people on their journey behaving and experiencing some of the things that I may experience, but how I choose to take it in and make it into my life is something that is on difference. The reason why I brought that up is because when it comes to error, who is going to say that that is the way that it should be or not, when considering what I just mentioned? Like, there's no way for you to know what's best, because there's this element and this little trick with this realm where what's best sometimes is not really best. So if it's best for you right now, is it best for you long term? There's so many elements that just you can ponder on and break down deeper. Take into consideration like working for a corporation. I spent 12 hours working for a corporation. I have multiple streams of income now, but I could have spent that very well investing into my business or into my image, or investing into like a bloodlines company and how I can help flourish that. But instead I gave it to the aspect of just what material would bring. But me knowing that this material is still going to be fleeting, this mindset of money is still going to be something that's going to be like translucent, but also very fluid. So taking those things into consideration, I acknowledge that I made a sacrifice of what I could have done that could have been more of investment, but I'll take it for the fleeting concept of material gain. And who's going to say that's wrong? because when I had to pay my bills and I'm calling people and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? What's good with this investment? Like, let's flip this, you know. And people, of course, these are the people that will want something from me as soon as I get there. They'll want me to be there as a form of stability simply because I found a way to make it work, and sometimes it's without them. So considering all these aspects, so, you know, there's a concept of feeling like you have to make a way before anyone can acknowledge your path. And it's very risky. I just feel like it's not wrong though. It's just different. Different is always something that I personally want to dive into. And I feel like as I continue to ponder on that and how people react to me, the right way to always gain from things is just to allow that flow and that shift to really happen. So there is no failure in that. Even if it's something that may hurt you or something that you would have wished didn't happen, the concept of that is um, something that I personally have been highlighting a lot more, because you lose control, you lose the ego, you lose your old selves. You have to, in order to be able to tap into what I'm expressing, the concept of no error or no failure, as it's like now you're really living with intent, you're really living with purpose. And once you get to that state of mind, I think that you will kind of get this a little bit more deeper, and you will see that yes, it's kind of like a ranting, but I'm hitting on all the energy signatures that will kind of play into this vibration of what it looks like. So failure is definitely something that I would recommend, like, because only through that do you see what is more aligned for you and see exactly what is your talents. Like some of my talents I had to humbly embrace and do what I gotta do. Like for example, one of them is being a barista. So that includes coffee, juices, alcohol. I mean, I'm not licensed as a bartender, but I'm a barista, so I make all type of drinks. And I do feel like one day I will have a cafe. So you know, sometimes I do that hard labor, and um, I would prefer not to have to do that. But if I know that's a talent that I've had, that I've invested multiple years in with part-time jobs all over the U.S., like why not take advantage of that opportunity, or just keeping things tidy? Like that's something that would just make me different from anybody else doing what I'm doing. These are things that I'm saying. It's not a failure, but also you can always find other options and alternatives. And I just feel like with your free will, take what you feel like is more called to you, and don't be afraid to switch it up. Like if you change your mind in a couple months and you realize you want to take another route, that is something that is never too late to do. So keep hope, keep faith. I feel like right now is a good time to start manifesting and really seeing how you want your life to look. So as I slumber, I'm so happy that I just keep this on my consciousness. And it's funny because I'm looking at the time, and I feel like I've been talking for forever. But now it's probably because I feel like I've said what I need to say, and I'm actually embracing that energy. The old me, and I'm gonna just say this and go, but the old me will feel that and still feel like I have to express myself more to get a deeper understanding. But I'm learning that sometimes that makes people actually, they can't keep up. It's like a train track railroad crossing, and it's like now they lost. They're like, damn, I just lost you. You feel me? So I'll be more mindful of that, and take into insight exactly how I can better express and like mold my expression. I mean my projection on this video, and making sure that I get exactly what I want to say out while still leaving room for being a vessel. I know we in this every day. So we're gonna get this plugged up, get some sleep, and I'll be back to y'all tomorrow, and definitely with some new insight. Give thanks for life, give thanks for this view. Go ahead and like it if y'all really fuck with it. If not, peace to you.